Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Fakrullah bin Ahmad Suki. I'm a member of student CS 251, and today we are going to present about OAP project for our this semester. So firstly, let's get to it. For our group members, we are consist of 5 students. Firstly is Mio Muhammad Akimi for our material researcher, and then for Azad Izzuddin for our back-end developer, and then myself, report and this slide writer, and then Muhammad Firdaus Zuhairi for our front-end developer, and lastly is Anissa for our technical support. Okay, so for the project, we have our background of the system that consists of the domain, the societal background, and also the implementation background. For the domain background, our UiTM Clinic GIS system falls within the domain of healthcare management system. So it's very important for our project that we need to understand manual processes and limited user features will hinder management productivity, especially in healthcare. And then we need to understand the importance of user-friendly management system. This will greatly improve our healthcare management. So we use the advanced technology to create the concept of UiTM Clinic GUI system. So we use this recent advancement technology to create the concept of UiTM Clinic GUI system. Next, for societal background, we need to know what is our problem. So our problem is the traditional method for health assessments and appointment scheduling will cause prolonged waiting times for users. And also, the absence of a self-checkup service will cause individuals hardly monitor their own health data. So what we do is we create a sophisticated system with dual-pronged approach that consists of a self-checkup service and also an appointment booking service. So what we expect to happen by the system is we will have a shorter waiting time for our healthcare management, and we'll also have a well-aware patient about their own healthcare or well-being. Next, for our implementation background, we plan to design this UiTM Clinic GI system and deploy it to all healthcare facility in UiTM across Malaysia. And of course, there are challenges such as data security and privacy concerns will arise. So we plan to solve this by implement robust encryption, access controls, and compliance measures to ensure the data security and privacy. And next, we also have scalability problem where we want to solve it by implement a scalable architecture that can handle increased data, users, and functionalities without compromising our performance. So let's get straight to our objectives. So we want to create a system that enhance user engagement to the system. We also want efficient appointment scheduling. We also want to create a better privacy and data security for our system. And we want to create holistic health assessments that will result from our systems. So for platform for our system, we want to use JGraphs, since JGraphs is free to use. Let's also have better ID interface. It will respond towards error and also have better engagement at delivering error checking that is understandable by developer. So it's easy for us to create this system lah. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mio Muhammad Ikimi bin Shukri, one of the team members for this group. Okay, and I will be presenting screen design and GUI components. This is the main page. The main page consists of text file, welcome to self healthcare GUI, and then there's this real-time date and time. In this main page also, there's also a self-checkup button, appointment registration button, and view appointment button. If you click on the self-checkup button, you proceed to this, the other GUI. In this UI, it consists of text file, radio button, and button. User need to fill in the blank form. Firstly, it is the student ID. Second, student name. Semester, group, height, weight, temperature, systolic pressure, diastolic pressure, and heart rate. User will input data into the GUI and will be processed based on the methods created in the specific subclass, which is self-checkout. Data is read using the normal constructor method and applied to object std as attributes. Pressing print result will produce output, while exit will close the GUI. This is the print result and this is the exit button. What if you didn't fill in the blanks and then you press print results? This is what happened. A pop-up message will appear if the user press print result button while does not fill all the required fields. That is what happened. If you want to know how, there is some sort of if-else coding in the backend process. And this is what happened if you fill in the blanks and you press print result button. Health report printed successfully. A pop-up message will also appear when the user successfully fill all the required forms in the form. That's all from me. For this presentation, I will be coming soon. Hello there, I'm back. Okay, so this is the coding that our team have building on, that we develop. Okay, it consists of, this is the GUI, the main page. Okay, as you can see, there's a lot of codings behind the work. This is the main page GUI. I mentioned it earlier. Secondly, this is the self-checkout GUI.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fida Zahiri and I will continue to present our GUI project. So for the next part, we have set appointment GUI. So set appointment GUI, it consists of two GUI component, which is text field and combo box. So for student ID, student name, student semester, student group and student phone number, we need to enter the value, the data, the information through text field. Next, we have for doctor. For doctor part, we use combo box, so the student can pick their doctor specialist, which is consists of a few specialists like orthopedic, cardiologist and dermatologist and so on. So user will enter the information and they need to pick date and time from pick date button. So we have special section to only pick date and time. So the combo box for doctor give list of choice of doctor specialists. And set appointment GUI is connected to a specific class, which is appointment class, to determine whether date and time chosen is available or not. So after the user entered date and time, the appointment class will do the calculation and it will compare from the text file, which is set appointment text set underscore appointment.txt file. It will compare if there is already an appointment set on the same date and time. So for the next part, we have date time picker GUI. So for date time picker GUI, we use special, or not really special, but external library, which is JDateChooser, to allow user to pick date from calendar. So we also have DateChooser demo to display the demo, the model of the date. So user can pick date easier with the JDateChooser. They can choose day, month and year, and the selected day will appear in selected date. So we just click select date and it's just like normal calendar. We can pick any day, time and the month and the year, and we just click submit after pick the date. And so for the time can be chosen by selecting desired time with JSpinner, which is a swing component allow user to choose the time from a range of 12-hour time format. So we just use JSpinner, just click the arrow up and down button to pick the hour and the minutes, and also whether it is in AM or PM. Next, after submit the value, the notification about the selected date and time will appear to notify the user. This help user to double check whether their time and date is correct. So after we click submit, there come selection information and it will show back our date and time to make us double check is it correct or not. So we can choose or we can stay with the current value. So this is when the user entered the value. You can see student ID, enter the matric number, the name, semester, group, phone number, and also date and time. From peak date, it will be automatically filled in the date and time section. So like I said before, we use the combo box. So when we click the combo box, there will be a few doctor specialists from general doctor, cardiologist, dermatologist, neurologist, allergologist, and orthopedic. So after we fill all the blank, all the text field and the combo box, we just click submit, and lastly the appointment confirmation will be pop up and it will show back all of our information. So yeah, it can help us double check the value. And if we see here, there is clear button. So imagine if we put all of the value and for some reason all of it is wrong, then we can clear all of the value just using the clear button. Okay, and now for the last part is view appointment GUI. So for view appointment GUI, we have text field and button. And this is a feature to allow user to view their appointment after they already set an appointment. So user can search their appointment by only enter their student ID, and all of the student appointment information will be displayed in the appointment information. So just from enter student ID, we can enter the ID of the student. Then we click view appointment, and the view appointment GUI will retrieve the data from the set underscore appointment.txt file to retrieve all of the data and will be displayed in the appointment information text field. Okay, now we will go to the most important part, is the coding. So this is the set appointment coding, extend JFrame. So first we import all the necessary library. Then we create a variable, instance variable, which is JLabel, JTextField, JComboBox, JButton, JPanel, Clinic GUI to connect the button from the main page to the set appointment page. Next, we set up the title, the label, the text field, and the combo box, also the button. And we just create the GUI, set up the font. We use Georgia font, bold and 14. Next, we add the action listener to the action of our button. So first we have date button. So this is the pick up date button action listener. So when we click the button, it will goes to the date time picker class. Next, the clear button. So when we click the clear button, as we can see, id text field dot set text equal null or nothing, which is we cleared all the text inside the text field. Next, exit button. So when we click exit button, it will dispose the current, which is the set appointment GUI, the current frame, it will dispose, and it will link or go back to the main page. Next, lastly, submit button. So when we submit, we get the text, all of the text we get from the GUI, and if any of the text is empty, there will be a warning message which is please fill in all the required field or incomplete data, or else all of the value will be saved into set underscore time txt, and there will be a confirmation message which is registration successful. So private void save to text file, we will save into the text file, and we will use the semicolon to differentiate for each value. So that's for set appointment. Next we go to date time picker. So after this, after we click the pick date from the set appointment, it will bring us to the date time picker class. So from here, we can see we use special or external library which is JDate picker. So from the JDate picker, we will create the GUI of the calendar. So JPanel, JLabel, and there will be JLabel, select date, select time, and button for submit. So we set up the background color, and for the date picker, date selected. So here, if we click on the date button or the button to pick the calendar, it will pop up and show the model of a calendar, and it will get value from any date we pick. Next, for submit button, after we submit the value of the time and the date, the value will be bring to the set appointment date and time text field, so we can submit the set appointment. So that's for date time picker. And finally, let's run and see for ourselves. So here we have self checkout, self appointment registration. We click on appointment registration. So let's pick any value. Student name, semester, group, and phone number. So here we can pick date, and this will pop up the date and time picker. So from here, just click, and there will be a model of a calendar, and we can pick any year, month, and date we want. For example, I want to take July 10th July 2024. So for time, I want to the appointment to be at, for example, let's say at 10 a.m. So I'll just set for 10 a.m. and submit. Here the confirmation message, and the value will be automatically transferred into the set appointment. And lastly, let's select a doctor. So let's see, I want to take the neurologist doctor, and here we have all of our information needed, and next we can just submit. So here the appointment confirmation, just click OK. So all of the value have been saved into the set underscore appointment. So here is the value that we just submit just now. As we can see here, we have the student number, name, semester, until the doctor specialist. So let's see, it is set at the set underscore appointment.txt. So we have already saved into the file. This is a permanent, so it will never vanish after we ended the GUI. So for the next part, we have the view appointment. This is the view appointment GUI. Sorry. So this is the view appointment GUI. We have buffer reader, file reader, and IO exception because it will read from the set underscore appointment.txt file. So from here, we'll create the GUI. They have appointment enter student ID, where the student will enter the ID in the student ID field. Next, appointment information, the J label and the exit button, brown color, and action listener for exit button. And also here, so for private view appointment method, the method will read from the set underscore appointment.txt. It will read for all of the value which match the student ID. So after it read all of the way, and if it find the student ID, it will stop. It will break. So else no appointment found for given student ID. So it will be disposed if we back exit to the main page. Now let's see how this works. So view appointment. Here we have view appointment. So let's see, just now we entered the student ID 2022 532 and 534 534. So let's view appointment. So this is the value we just set just now at set appointment. So what if there is no ID found? Stick random view appointment. So no appointment found for the given student ID. So that's for view appointment GUI.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Azad Izzuddin bin Zul Azmi. And so for my part, I will be explaining about the output for the self checkup GUI. So this is basically the output, as you can see lah. Here we have like the title, the address, and so on, which is just basically hiasan, or like just a text with no values lah. But actually there is slightly a cache that we put into our program, which is actually we try to implement object oriented programming, which involves the creation of an object, the instantiation of an object within the class. So as you can see here, in the patient information, okay, in the patient information, we can see that the object has student ID, student name, semester, group. So basically this all these attribute come from the superclass, and the below the health, the medical checkup reading is retrieved from the subclass that is inherited from the superclass. So I will be showing you the associated class for that part. Okay, so this is just the coding in the txt file. So let's get into the student class. Okay, so this is the student class, which have a few attributes that is important for this project lah. Okay, so there's actually nothing interesting, just a normal data members, default constructor, getter, and printer. And then we will go into the self checkup Java. Okay. Okay, so in this class, we actually have a lot of functions, a lot of designed functions. So as you can see here, this is all the functions that we have. The first is calculate BMI. The second is temperature view, blood pressure calculation, blood pressure view, and heart rate view, and printer. So actually we are comparing the data retrieved from the user, and we will compare to the um associated function here lah. Let's say that when the user input the data, and then the data will be processed by this function. I think that to understand further how this project works, I need to do some demonstration. Okay, so let's get so let's say I will press run here, and then we will get into the main menu. So I will press self checkup because it is the GUI that we need to see, the GUI that implements the function. So student ID, I will just test with my own data lah. So 2022841816. Student name Asad Izzuddin. Zul Azmi, semester 3, group RCDCS 161.5, weight 56, temperature, let's just say I will put 37, 115, and 75, and heart rate is, let's say 80 lah. Okay, so before I press print result, we will first check the health report file. Okay,
We still have
okay, so we will try to demonstrate the program. So here is the initial txt file that we try to test with our own data. So let's see here, we have the student ID, student name, semester, group, and everything is set to 1 to 3 lah, because we just pre-test with random number. So let's check out to the demonstration. Okay, so let's run the file. Okay, so this is the main page that have been introduced by my friend. So when I press the self checkout button, so the user needs to fill in all of their data lah. So let's say if the user maybe forgot to fill in any of this field. So let's just try to test it first. So here I just put a random word into student ID, student name, and height, and all the other field is empty. So when I try to press print result, you see an error message will appear that indicates that the user have not fulfill all the requirement lah, so they need to fill all of their data accordingly. So okay, let's try to do this demonstration. Okay, so I will just fill my name and my data. Semester 3, RCDCS 3A, height 151, no, 159.5, weight, let's just say 56, Temperature, I'll just pick just a random number lah. 37.8 systolic 115 76 and 80. Okay, so I have filled in all of the necessary data. I have filled my name, my student ID, my name, my semester group, okay, and all my medical checkup readings here. So when I press print result button, a pop-up message will appear indicating that the report is successfully printed in the TXT file. So let's check out to the file. Let's just press exit. Okay, so this message will appear to indicate that the file is overwrite or is overwritten because of my previous data key in. Okay, so let's just press reload here, and we see the health report is already changed to my data. See, Azad Izzuddin bin Zul Azmi, my name, and all this is all the functions that we have from the self checkup methods for the subclass. I think that's it from me. Thank you.